Aviation fans, welcome back to another episode of Imperial Diecast, and today we're going to review this 1/500 scale Airbus A319 by Herpa in the livery of Swissair, which is good because it was also the first carrier of the A319, introducing it into commercial service in 1996. I picked this model up for €10 without box, but did manage to find out that its catalog number is 508919, and considering it is a second wave re-release fitted with new generation scale-accurate landing gear, I'd say that makes it a good deal, as these narrow bodies would otherwise cost around 2.5 times the price new in box. Herpa released this NG model in 2002, and it is in the 1995 colors, which had succeeded the previous chocolate stripe livery that had been introduced in 1981. This was also the last livery before Swissair went bankrupt in 2002 and had its assets then transferred to Crossair, which then rebranded itself as Swiss, the airline you know today. And the livery was also changed to no longer have a gray underbelly, but a full white livery. And the vertical stabilizer was changed to not be entirely red anymore, but just in the center. Now, despite being one of the oldest new generation models, this one holds up very well, not only because the Swissair livery is pretty simple, but also because compared to the OG models, it has all of the improvements like the scale-accurate landing gear, cockpit window frames, cargo doors, and aft registration. But I'll show you those in a moment. Of course, there's also a 1/400 scale version of this plane available. It is made by Gemini Jets and has a bunch of extra details that, back in the day, were exclusive to 1/400 scale, like no-step markings on the wing surfaces, emergency exit markings, and some stuff underneath the cockpit windows. But honestly, there isn't really a night and day difference. We'll start our review at the port side of the aircraft at the L1 door, and you can see that it has a porthole. We've got the Swissair titles up here, the window line. Unlike the A320, the A319 only has one overwing emergency exit door on each side, instead of a pair. And then back here, we actually don't have the registration of the plane, but we have the Airbus A319 branding. And the vertical stabilizer of Swissair, of course, has the famous flag of the country. If I can focus this, there you go. And the vertical stabilizer also has some details on the surfaces. Taking a look at the horizontal stabilizers, they're pretty small, don't have much detail. And now if we take a look at the wings of the plane, you can see that they are painted in a two-tone. They've got the silver and the gray underneath, and of course we can see the flaps, slats, ailerons, air brakes, etc., and a little bit of the trailing edge fairings as well. And here's a closer look at the Airbus's sharklets. And regarding the engines, the A319 is powered by two General Electric CFM56s. And you can see that they've got the silver engine cowlings, as well as the two sort of fins on each side of the nacelles, just like the A320, so that's a nice extra bit of attention to detail. And taking a look at the front of the plane, you can see that the cockpit windows look better with the silver frames. However, they suffer from the same problem as the A320 in that they are a bit too small compared to the rest of the plane. It should be a little bit bigger. And here's a look at the starboard side of the aircraft, and you can see that being a new generation model, not only does it have a lower ride height because of the smaller landing gear, but it also has the two cargo doors, one at the front and one at the back. So that looks pretty good. And the APU here at the back also has a little bit of a silver detailing. And now if we take a look at the bottom of the plane, you can see that it says here, Herpa. We've got a little bit of the ram air ducts detailed here. Main landing gear is nicely done. Nose gear even has small doors on either side, and so also looks pretty good. And then the back of the engines as well. So yeah. The A319 belongs to the A320 family of narrow-body twinjets made by Airbus, and as you can see, the A319's fuselage is a bit shorter than the A320's, by 3.73 meters to be exact, meaning that while the A320 has a range of 5,700 kilometers, the A319 has a range of 6,800 kilometers, but it can seat around 30 passengers less than the A320. Another fun fact about the A319 is that its wingspan is almost 2 meters wider than its entire fuselage length. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the 1/500 scale Swissair Airbus A319 by Herpa. I think A319s are pretty rare compared to A320s, so I'm glad that I have it in my collection, and also a proper Swissair model, because the previous ones that I'd showed you were TEA Switzerland. And if you're interested in some other planes similar to this one, you can check out the review of the A320 here. And as always, guys, take care, have a wonderful day. This is Imperial Diecast, signing out.